Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll get started in a minute as folks trickle in. While we wait, I want to cover a couple housekeeping items. First, this Tech Talk is being recorded and will be shared with all the attendees. Second, please submit your questions to the Q&A panel. We will answer them in the chat and also leave plenty of time at the end for live Q&A. Okay, let's actually get started. So today we'll be introducing Digital Experience Analytics, a new capability within Splunk Observability Cloud to help you connect user behavior with observability insights. So you can understand not just what's happening in your systems, but also how it's impacting your users. Today's speakers are Tom and me. My name is Wei Li. I'm a Principal Product Marketing Manager at Splunk, focused on our digital experience monitoring capabilities. Tom, do you want to say hi?
Yeah, sure. Hi, welcome everyone. I'm Tom Bea, Product Manager for Splunk Digital Experience Analytics. Like my background spans over 20 years in product management and technology, and for the last 3 years here at Splunk.
Perfect. So here's the plan for today. We'll start with an overview of digital experience analytics. We'll cover the key capabilities. We'll walk you through a demo of the primary use cases, and we'll leave plenty of time at the end for live Q&A. So again, please drop your questions in the Q&A panel. We'll get to your question at some point. All right, so I'm sure everyone can relate to this. The most dangerous outage a company can ever face is one where everything looks healthy. Your servers are up, your database is healthy, your containers are scaling perfectly. But on the other side of the screen, your customers are staring at a frozen place order button. They are struggling, they are leaving, they are taking their revenue to your competitors. That's why we are actually seeing a shift from monitoring machines and systems to monitoring end user experiences. So one of the core pillars of Splunk Observability Cloud is digital experience monitoring. This refers to a set of capabilities to help you understand and monitor end user experiences across your web and the mobile apps. If we double click into digital experience monitoring, within the DEM suite, there are 3 layers of capabilities: readiness, reality, results. Each of them gives you a different lens into your digital experience. So let's actually start with readiness. That's where synthetic monitoring comes in. So you would run these repeatable proactive tests to validate availability and performance before users feel the impact. This is very preventative, right? It helps you prepare. However, we know a lot of issues only surface under real traffic. That's where reality comes in. So with the real user monitoring, we help you see how real users are actually affected in real world conditions with real networks, real traffic, real devices. However, both real user monitoring and synthetic monitoring are very focused on system level metrics, such as page load times or front-end errors. And that's where results comes in. So with our new capability, Digital Experience Analytics, we actually help you connect system performance to business results. It helps you to understand how technical issues actually impact user behavior, create friction, and ultimately impact revenue. So when you kind of bring these 3 layers together, you get very comprehensive coverage to help you continuously improve your digital experience. So that's kind of the big picture here. And here we actually have a quick poll here for everyone. we're very curious to understand how important is it for your team to link performance insights, ability insights to user and the business outcomes. Is it critical priority, important, somewhat important, or not a priority right now? So curious about where you are, where your team are at this stage. So we'll give everyone like 15 seconds to think about this and just click what applies to your team. Okay, let's take a look at the results. Interesting distribution, but it's I think not surprising to see. I think majority of us see this as important, somewhat important, or even critical priority. But what I hear from our customers is like, well, theoretically it's important. It's actually hard to do that in reality. And that's the gap where digital experience analytics is actually designed to kind of help. So I will provide a quick overview of digital experience analytics, and then I will pass over to Tom to actually show you the product in action. So digital experience analytics provides 3 primary benefits to SRE team and the product teams. First, we help you understand the real user behavior to drive digital growth. What do we mean by real user behavior here? As I kind of alluded to already, well, since traditional monitoring, like real user monitoring, synthetic monitoring, they are very focused on system level metrics, right? They help you understand how fast a page loads or if there are any JavaScript errors. Digital experience analytics actually helps you go beyond the system performance to track user and business level KPIs. Things like your feature usage, your feature adoption, your user journeys, your conversion rates. All these are directly tied to user impact and revenue. That's kind of the first point here. The second point is really about the different types of insights we support. While quantitative data like tables and charts, they help you see patterns in user behavior. Qualitative data help you understand the why behind the numbers. So we provide a feature called session replay to help you actually jump into the exact moment of user drop-off or user friction to watch a replay of what happened. As a product marketing manager, I've also used session replay in my job to track feature adoption. And it always creates those aha moments for us, helping us realize what actually happened and kind of see things very different from what we expected. So this is a very kind of popular, very practical feature. So here we are basically pairing quantitative data like funnel views and charts together with qualitative session replay to help you get complete understanding of your users. Last but not least, I think one of the key advantages of digital experience analytics is part of Splunk Ability Cloud. Because of that, we are able to provide out-of-box correlation with real user monitoring. So you can actually correlate user behavior with application performance in a single platform. And this leads to 2 kind of benefits. First, product teams now, they can actually diagnose and resolve user friction issue faster, right? Now with access to the underlying telemetry data. And the technical teams, they can actually prioritize engineering work based on user impact. The best part is you only need one set of instrumentation for both digital experience analytics and the real user monitoring, helping you reduce toil, helping you save costs. If that sounds exciting, I'll pass over to Tom to dive a little deeper into how it works and see a demo of the product. Over to you, Tom.
Yeah, thank you, Wei. Thank you for the word. Yeah, so let me show you in a couple of slides how it actually works. and then I'll be happy to show you some live demo about the product. So let's imagine like me, for example, a typical user of a digital product, accessing this product through my laptop, mobile device, or tablet. So when I'm accessing the product, I actually like creating the sessions when I do some actions, some interactions. All these things are like auto captured, and we call it like these interactional events. So all these events are like auto captured. Every clicks, we can think about it like on every clicks, every frustration signals. It's like rage click when someone clicking repeatedly on the same element. Every pages which I visited, or screens on mobile devices, or other important signals like errors and crashes. Everything is auto captured and put on one big heap. So having all this data might be like overwhelming. So we need to turn it into some actionable insights. And to do that, let's maybe raise some good questions. The questions which like every product teams or like developer teams should ask. Let me explain some of them. So, for example, one of the critical question might be, where does conversion drop and why? Because within my product, there are some really typical key user journeys which should be like seamless. So we have a conversion funnels visualization, which like helps you to understand these critical journeys and evaluate it in a way that we can measure the conversion of these journeys, how many users like converted or progressed through the journey. Another important question might be, what are the most common paths users take in my application and why? This is a typical type of analysis which we like prefer to do on the very beginning, because if you don't know what's the typical journeys across your application, then there is this journey mapping which will holistically show you what's the typical journeys across your application. Another question might be, how is the new feature being adopted over time? Because like me as a product manager, I need to know whether the new feature, whether the users are engaged with this new feature or not. So we have this event analytics within digital experience analytics, when we can track and track new features and see like the trends, how they are adopted. I will showcase this a little bit more in my demo. Another question: what did the users see and do right before they gave up? Why they are like churning? That we have a session replay to answer this question. We connected session replay with this analytics in a way that you can jump straight into the moment where this particular thing is happening. This is pretty important. So session replay might help. Another one: how many active and new users do we have this week? This is a pretty great business question. So that's why we are introducing a user segmentation, so we can measure this segment, the population of these segments, and how they are like progressing over time. And the last example of such question is, for example, where are users getting frustrated and why? And we are going to answering this question through like monitoring friction signals, like a rage click or or like dead click or trashed cursor. These are the signals that users are not happy with the product, and we can track these situations and we can evaluate them and see why this is happening. Okay, so all of these was the typical questions which we want to face to answer through our new offering. But like the best part is that actually this new offering uses the same instrumentation as an existing RAM solution on top of Splunk Observability Cloud. So there is no need to have another instrument. It's already there. So you can get all this extra power without adding more weight to your application. And everything is connected. This is maybe the most important part. Everything is connected within the one single Splunk Observability Cloud platform. So any signal coming from this analytics can be connected to RAM, to APM, so that we are breaking the silos between engineering, product, and some business, let's say, stakeholders. This is really important. Okay, so that was all from my side from the slide perspective, and now I would like to jump to the product itself, and I would be happy to showcase some real use cases there. I've prepared for today's session these two use cases. The first one, where we will be focusing on where does conversion drop and why. And the second use case, second demo, will be about the tracking new feature adoption. So let me share my screen and I will start show you a real demo. Great. I believe you can see my screen. This is the homepage of Digital Experience Analytics project. I've chosen this Astronomy Shop project. This is our demo project. Let's imagine that I'm a product manager, owner of some e-commerce business. It's Astronomy Shop, where we are selling telescopes and its accessories. And what I can see in this first screen is some out-of-the-box metrics, like how many daily active users we have today, or we have in the past 7 days, some number of sessions happening in past 7 days, and average session duration. But because I've seen some weird drop of revenue coming, I would like to see what's happening in my e-commerce project. So I can go straight into the funnel visualization of my most critical user journey, which I have. So now you can see a conversion funnel visualization, our crucial part of our new solution. And in this visualization, you can see actually this five-step funnel, where we just tracking this user journey, which starts at a homepage. Then the second step we want to track is how many visitors or users actually see some product detail, how many of them adding some the item to the cart, placing order, and then the order is confirmed. we can also see some overall metrics like total users and overall conversion rate for today. Yeah, I can select different time frames and fine tune this visualization. But looking at the chart itself, we can see that at the very first steps there is just a little drop off. Almost all the users like progressing to the next step quite successfully. But what we can see on the very end is that there is actually a big drop off happening between step 4 to step 5. And we see that in this particular step, almost 45% of users just wasn't successful. So wasn't it be great to actually see why this is happening with our product? We can do it, because clicking on any of these segments, we can start to analyze the segment of users who experience this issue. And what we actually get is a list of sessions where the users did this 4 steps but didn't successfully finish the step number 5. And we can click on replay, and we are jumping straight into the session replay to the moment when this is happening. And you can see that the user is actually clicking on place order on our checkout cart page, but nothing has happened. Yeah, so we have just identified that there is some issue with this button. What we can do now is that we can go and try to go to find the root case, so we can troubleshoot in RAM. So when I click on this button, I'm moving to the existing RAM solution to the session detail page, and again I'm focusing on the moment when this is happening. So I'm scrolling down, and I quickly see that there is a 500 error, and there are some other errors with the payments. So I can go deeper in. I can start to troubleshoot, but because I'm not the technical engineer, I will not directly deeper into this. I just wanted to showcase that it's pretty easy how the products are connected on the Splunk Observability Cloud. So I would send a link, just send a link and say, hey, there is something bad happening within these sessions to my engineering team, for example. Yeah, and that's it. So what we just seen is that we can set up a conversion funnel for our critical user journey in our application. We can see where the biggest drop-off is happening. We can identify quickly why this is happening. So we can correlate this business impact. There's actually drop of almost 50% of users are impacted to the specific front end or even back end or APM issue. So yeah, this was my first demo about the conversion funnel.
Yeah, Tom, if I can add a quick comment here, I think this is amazing. I think what really stands out to me is we have this out-of-box correlation from Digital Experience analytics to real user monitoring and then to APM. So you almost go from a funnel drop-off to a front-end issue and then to some code issue in the back end of your application. Everything's so seamless and correlated. I think you only get that from a solution like DXA because we are part of Splunk OD Cloud. So that's really impressive.
Yeah, because we are not just a standalone solution for the digital experience analytics. We can do that easily. and we can do it. I haven't highlight this, but we can do it through the session replay, but also we can do it directly, without need to observe the session itself. Good. So that was my first example, my first use case, and let's look to the second one. And the second one is about how we can easily track new feature adoption. As I mentioned, me as a product manager, I'm releasing a new feature, or like that's the goal of many product teams, to actually bring some innovations to the product. Let's say that we have just released a new AI capability to our web pages, and I would like to show you how easily we can look into how this feature is adopted over time. For this case, I will go to the event definition section, where I can define easily some interesting event across the user journey, as I explained through my slide in some previous slide, that like as the user is interacting with the product, it's basically done through some events, and we can track these events. I can define this event like manually if I'm like good in this like data system. I can define it by myself. I can, for example, define it that I want to see all events where users click on some element, for example, which are like click on text where the text is, for example, add to cart. Yeah, so I can do it manually like that. But today I would like to show you another way how you can do it through this Splunk Digital Experience Analytics, and this is a visual way how you can do it. So if you click on this pick from page, and you can then select which page you want to actually pick your feature or your element which you want to track. Then this pretty new tool, which we call Splunk Element Picker, is appeared on top of your real web page. This is a real web page, and as I mentioned, we have just, let's say we have just released this new AI capabilities, Ask AI about this product, and I want to see how many visitors or users actually interacting with these elements, how it is adopted. And when I switch it on, the element picker, then I can select from the page any element which the page has. So I'm interested in this. Can you summarize this product reviews? I click on it, and I just pick this very visually from the page. I can also select which object I want to have, so I can go to the parent one, but I'm okay with just this button. So yeah, I'm just confirm it, and the definition is created automatically. So I just name it AI summarize and save it. So now I have defined, specified some specific event which I want to track. I haven't maybe mentioned that everything is tracked automatically, so the data are available also from the past. It's not like that I am defining it now and from now I have a data, but the data are there, and I can easily put it on some chart from from this example, I will put it on, we call it time series. So I can select my definition summarize, and that's it. Yeah. And now I'll just put this on this chart. So I will name it AI summary. I need to name the whole series AI adoption, for example. Yeah, and I just save it, and now I have a time series, so I can see some trends of how this feature being adopted over time. I see some flat adoption. Maybe there is a slightly decrease. So I can do some results from this view, and that's it. Like maybe I can also say that if I click on every point of this chart, I will get again the list of related sessions, and I can replay the sessions. I can see how users are interacting with my element, so I can see how actually they so we can see the user just click on this button and then continue probably to buy the product. So can see how easily the session replay is connected with every analysis here in digital experience analytics. And that's it from the use case number 2. So let me summarize what you've just seen in this second use case, how we can easily track the new feature adoption. And you actually can see that you don't need to be a front-end developer or some really strong technical person to even start to track a new feature adoption within your digital product with this new visual web element picker tool, which is part of Splunk Digital Experience Analytics. So that's all from today from my side as a live demo. So I will stop sharing and let's continue with our session. I would like to also share some customer stories, some very first customers which we have with our product. The first one is about a leading global lottery and gaming operator, where they were using Gram for some time, but they lacked actually some business level visibility. They knew the reality that something is happening good, something maybe some issues, but they lack really some business level view into their critical sign-up process. So every product has a different critical journey or process, which is usually need to be monitored. And in their case, it was the sign-up process, because from this, due to regulations, they have some pretty multi-step sign-up process, and not every users go through all the process. There were some drop-offs. So they start using this digital experience analytics. They set up the funnels for the sign-up process, and they quickly identify where the biggest drop-offs happening during this enrollment, and they try to fix it. And also they use the session replay to uncover actually why it is happening, because sometimes it's not visible through these technical signals. You have to see it through the eyes of your end users. So this is one example. So there might be different critical user journeys. Every product might have a different one, but the sign up flow is one of the critical part of every SaaS product, I would say. The second story is about a leading global technology company, which is launching a new AI-powered features, and they are also using Splunk RAM, but they didn't know actually how the users are interacting with this new AI capability. Whether they understand well the flows and many other open questions was there. So they need to, and was heavily focused on analyzing the user behavior in their AI summary part and how they presented the charts for the end users. So that the decision replay was really the crucial feature they used to reveal like the key interactions across their digital journeys. And like both these companies, actually, when you start using this another layer as a way like describe this third level on top of this RAM, they actually transform the technical monitoring into actionable business insight, and they optimize their business to this third like layer of analysis.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Tom. I like these early customer feedback. I think they are actually aligned with your two demos. The first one is the customer used Digital Experience Analytics to track a sign-up process and use session replay to troubleshoot the drop-off. The second one was the customer basically used the product to track their new AI feature and kind of dive deeper into the user interaction with the feature. So great stories. Thank you. So now we've learned about Digital Experience Analytics. Let's actually talk about how to get started. So a few things to know from configuration kind of standpoint. First, Digital Experience Analytics is a dedicated add-on for real user monitoring from a licensing perspective. So this means you need to have real user monitoring enabled to use Digital Experience Analytics. Second, it's priced based on number of user sessions, so consistent with RAM pricing. Finally, it leverages the same real user monitoring agent for all the benefits we've already talked about. So you want to make sure you have the latest version of the RAM agent, and you can reference our documentation for the details. And finally, we have some resources for you, including a blog, our documentation. You can also try out the interactive demo, like without even entering your email. So that's perfect. And then feel free to schedule a personalized demo at Splunk.com if you want to kind of look into the product in a little more detail. With that, let's actually open up for Q&A. I'm already seeing some questions in the Q&A panel, so please keep the questions coming. We have plenty of time to get to your questions. So I will start with the first question here. So I think that's a good question for you, Tom. So what's required to set up Digital Experience Analytics?
Okay. It's actually very simple when if you are actually a user of Splunk RAM, it's very simple because you just need to have some one of the newer versions of RAM instrumentation, and that's it. So yeah, it's simple. If you are not a RAM user, then it's to just deploy the RAM instrumentation into your environment.
Yeah, I think like for RUM, even that RUM is relatively easy to get started. You put some JavaScript code into your front end page. So once you do that, you get both RUM and the DXA like in one shot. So I think that's pretty easy to get started compared to some other traditional observability products.
Yeah, maybe I would add it for like browser RAM. It's just a small snippet putting into your pages, and everything is captured fully automatically. That's great, because not like some other like product analytics tools, you need to explicitly like set up your custom events, but it's not needed with this RAM agent. And we have also, maybe we can share that we have also the mobile RAM agents. We are supporting both like Android and iOS native frameworks, but newly we have Flutter support and React Native, which is also great.
Great. Second question, what impact does sampling have on the insights you are getting from digital experience analytics? How is sampling impacting everything?
Yeah. This is a great question. Pretty like typical question, because sampling is there. Of course, we prefer as much data as can be like ingested, because then you have a full like holistic view. But when using a sampling, I have to say that it's a normal situation. Let's say that like Splunk RAM allows this configuration, and its impact depends of type of analysis. When as you might see in my demo, for example, conversion funnel is not impacted for the sampling, because metrics based on such ratios, which conversion funnel is, remain highly accurate and are like largely unaffected by sampling. But other type of analysis which are relying on absolute volumes are surely impacted by this sampling. But still, even with sampling, the underlying trends and behavioral patterns remain statistically valid. So even with sampling, you can get great insights into what's happening within your product.
Yeah, makes sense. So it's then impact, like you can still spot the trends and patterns, but the absolute number would be lower because of sampling, because of mass. Yeah, got it. And then the last one, I will take a step. The question is, we currently use a standalone digital experience analytics tool. How does Splunk solution compare to those standalone solutions? Tom, feel free to add, but I think we have a few clear advantages of here, right? First, we provide a unified platform to help you correlate user behavior from DXA with performance insights, with application telemetry. So you are not jumping between multiple tools to connect the dots. So all the correlation is out of the box. Second, we provide a shared source of truth, right? In this sense, to your teams. So product team and the engineering team, they can kind of operate from the single source of truth. And third one, we've kind of covered this already from operational perspective. We know that the instrumentation, the initial setup is actually a big pain point with this category of analytics tools. So a lot of times the PM have to rely on their developers to instrument the application to get the analytics. But in our case, because digital experience analytics shares the same instrumentation agent with real user monitoring, if you already have real user monitoring in place, you can just everything will work out of the box with no instrumentation needed. So that helps you kind of save a lot of time and cost. And then finally, I would say, like, from cost and the pricing perspective, we are more affordable than some of the point solutions. And if you factor in shared instrumentation and the tool consolidation, the overall cost advantage just becomes much stronger. Anything you want to add, Tom? I know you come from the space and you are pretty familiar with the competitors.
Yeah. But you covered it quite well, Wei. I would say, like both, like from operational perspective, the tools and budget consolidation is there. And also, you haven't mentioned like the performance, because if you don't have like more like different instrumentation placed into your product, then the overall performance is better. So it's also good from this point of view.
Great. Yeah. That's all the questions I can see for now. If you have other questions, please drop them in the channel, in the Q&A section. We should be able to answer a couple more questions. So I will keep going, but I will do a final check on the questions. So yeah, feel free to add more questions. So I want to mention that we have a lot of resources on community.splunk.com. So feel free to go to this page to kind of continue the conversation and discover more resources. And we also have a TikTok coming up about database monitoring on April 16th. So yeah, if you enjoy the content in this format, we look forward to seeing you there. So let me do a final check on the questions, and we will wrap things up. Okay, I don't see more questions, but if you have more questions, like, you can either go to Splunk.com, or you can even find me and Tom on LinkedIn and just send us a message. We're happy to just talk through things. With that, okay, got a question. Okay, thank you from Cis. Thank you so much. With that, we will kind of wrap things up, and thank you for all the great questions and the conversation. Yeah, we hope you enjoy learning about this new capability, and talk to you soon at some point. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, we're happy to talk with you. Bye.